Yes, I'm coming in hard today. I'm feeling sassy. I feel I have a little attitude. I'm having some eggs this morning. This coffee is tasting good. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Happy Tuesday. It's hot as fuck here in Los Angeles, as usual already. And we're working it out. Super chat me. That's how I do this. All right, enabled. I'll get that set up too. We are here. You see from my title, I am starting mess already, aren't I? I don't care today. I am feeling it today. I'm feeling sassy. Not Shay is sassy. And these eggs, I mean, they're really good, you guys. My hair is wild. It's crazy. That's not even doing it. I'm supposed to be typing something in here. It's not. But we are live and in color, and I'm colored. And we are here today. And I just came from, the online universe, Twitter and Facebook going crazy. Apparently folks are attacking my Krista Allen on Facebook to the point where they had to contact CBS. Crazy. Oh, 1 second. Color too. I could think I'm I'm medium brown colored. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Krista Allen, poor thing. I'm like, oh, great. I mean, all this craziness. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. This hair. It's like whatever today. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth, I was watching your video, Kenneth, and it was so cute. Little, I guess they're nieces and nephews or something. It's crazy. They're so cute. They're so cute. They all look like you. Like you guys are all related. It's a ceiling color. Hey, Sicilians are tough people, right? They're not just Italians, they're Sicilians. That's right, Russo. I'm like, I learned that a long time ago. That's right. And it's crazy. Yes, kids, it is crazy talk on Facebook and Twitter apparently these days. And I'm like, for me, you know me, I got attacked privately. Someone came into me privately and basically attacked me, but then tried to play it off like I wasn't trying to. You're so defensive. I wasn't trying to attack. You basically called me anti-black, anti-this, anti-that. But no, I'm just saying, But so here's my statement, folks. I'm going to say to you guys, this is my statement. My statement. I'll tell you. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you a second. Yeah, let me answer this really quick. I'm like, just because there are Black folks on daytime, don't mean I'm not going to criticize a storyline or a character. Why you bring up the brand new heavies? Okay, Mysterio just made me laugh. Just to be okay. I don't know what that means to anything we're talking about. But you're right. I mean, I used to love it. The Dia Davenport, I love Brand New Heavy. Stay With Me and all that, Stay This Way and all that songs. I don't know what to do with what we're talking about. I'm sorry, Mysterio just made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, like okay. Let me try to bring it back. Let me try to bring it back. Okay. What I don't say. Okay, bring back. Just because there are Black folks on daytime TV, I'm not going to not criticize the storyline. I'm not going, all this stuff. So someone was basically telling me, well, because she's Black, this person's Black, you can't criticize it and you can't say anything. No, that's not how that works. I'm not going to do that either. I'm for the soaps. And actually, it's insulting to Black people when you do that, because there's a lot of, okay, so here's what got me in trouble with some fans. Okay. I said that Jordan and TJ don't look like mother and son. They don't. They look like they could be lovers. I have to remind myself that that they're related. Tanisha is beautiful. Taj is handsome. They're great looking. I mean, I forgot. I'm like, don't seem like it to me. And so half the folks were like, looks like, yeah, we're good. You're right. Others like, oh my God, James, how can you say that? So the guy that came after me privately was like, they're attacking her acting and stuff. And I go, I know they're attacking her acting today. I've seen Black folks attack her acting on there. They say she's not a good actress. I don't have a problem with her acting. So that's not even a problem. Her acting, they don't even have her on enough for me to even criticize her acting. Like, it doesn't bother me. But her and TJ, I know they're in real life 10 years apart in age. And I get that some shows have done that. I've given examples. Anthony Anderson and Lawrence Fishburne were 9 years apart, but Lawrence Fishburne seemed like a dad to him, blah, blah, blah. People brought up Olivia and Dante, but I said, remember, Olivia supposedly was young, but she had Dante. That was the point. So actually, I believe them. I believe it. For every reason I believe it. This is why I just don't believe it. It's just my opinion. Who gives a fuck? Just my opinion. Oh my God, because she's Black. But that's the point. There's so much Black excellence out there that we shouldn't just take what we can get. Like, there's no other Black actress at all that looks great can play his mother. That's what we're saying. I mean, not saying I don't get Tanisha lose her job, right? I'm just saying about, like, you try to say we can't have somebody else out there in the world that can play his mother and do a great job and be Black. I'm waiting. That's kind of my point. It's like, you don't have to. There's someone suggested she should have played Gia. I can see that. She's in that age group. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, but someone thought, people thought I was going after the color thing. I'm all about color too, but James, you're a Black person and you should know better because we come in different. I'm like, no, I wasn't talking about color. They brought up Taggart, Portia, and Trina. They're all different colors. And I'm like, I like them as a family. I have no problem with them as a family. I think I love Taggart being her dad and everything. So I'm like, that doesn't do it. I'm like, I don't run into me. I'm like, I'm just like, but I'm like, I said, the color part, we do come in different colors. My family's a rainbow. So we all have different colors. I have no problem with that. I said, that wasn't it. I said, age. It's just my opinion, which could be worth a bag of beans to some people. That's fine. I have no problem with that. If you feel like they're fine, then you feel like they're fine. I don't argue with people. I make my opinion out there and go on business. If people want to argue with me, I'm like, I don't want to argue. I don't have no reason to argue. I didn't. Phyllis and Daniel are close in age. No, actually, Phyllis and Daniel are. I don't think let me see that one. I'm friends with Michelle Stafford, who plays Phyllis, and I know her age. I'm gonna look up right now just to tell you. I don't think that's true. I don't think Michael Graziadei is that old. I'm look that up right now. Nope, that's not true. Michael Graziadei and Michelle Stafford. If she could have had him when she was young. So no, they're not close in age. They're not. I know. I just looked up his age. I know her age. So actually, it's not true. They're not close in age. But again, I believed them as mother and son. I believed it. But I agree casting out with Jordan. Jordan doesn't have a maternal vibe. She just doesn't. The other actors had a more maternal. I know Brianna Henry, I think, was even closer age than him. But I believed it a little bit. I didn't believe it at first either, but she grew on me. So I'm giving this chick a chance. I'm just saying right now, she doesn't look like it to me. And again, I'm not attacking her acting because I don't think her acting is that bad. People are just like they're hating her acting. I'm like, I don't care. But what's funny is, so I'm sitting here just minding my own business, drinking my coffee, and I'm watching people just go off on each other on Twitter. I'm like, people are saying stuff, and I'm like, from all sides, who are they going up? I caused a little minor stir, not a big one, it's a minor stir. I liked the Alex and Chanel and whatever thing yesterday's episode. There are 3 folks who didn't like it. That's fine, but I liked it. And one guy and I went back and forth. We were calm. I was calm. But again, I love this at the end because I didn't agree with him still. And I made my points, my valid points. It's always that, well, it's no big deal. We're just, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, no one says a big deal. No one's cussing. And I said, we had a civilized conversation. I hate when people try to gaslight me. If they can't break me or make me upset, I hate when they try to gaslight me. No, we're not doing all that. No, you're not gonna tell me, James. I'm just talking. Yeah, you're. We're just talking. Like nobody. Like my life goes on, folks. When I get off this, I do other stuff. I don't sit here think about Sabrina 24/7. Life goes on. I have another life. I go. Things go on. But when I'm on, when I'm talking to you, I'm fully present. I'm here with you guys. I'm in the soap thing. I'm fully in, and I talk about it with you guys. And so it's get to a place where you almost get you like. It's like I see things that I'm like I don't agree with that. But I don't bully those people. I just don't. It's like people can't help themselves on Facebook and Twitter and Reddit. And I'm like, it literally has driven some people off the platform. There's actors who've left. I know a lot of folks who will not go on Twitter, just do Instagram. A lot of them are not even on Facebook anymore. Like it's driving people away. And I'm like, that's not the way to do that. I'm like, I should be able to say my opinion, you should be able to say yours, and life goes on. When it comes to TV shows and stuff, like it's not even just soaps, it's also the Hardys, it's also Star Wars. I'm part of several things, but it should be just like, yeah, I don't feel this way, I feel this way. Okay. And that should be it. It should be this whole thing where literally you're almost afraid to say anything. Because the other thing people are jumping on right now is Finn and Liz. Now, I didn't say it because somebody else said it first, and I was like, they're getting attacked. I didn't say it. But I was like, yeah, Finn's a little annoying, sure. I'll give you points on that. But Liz is in denial. Liz is in denial. And he really does care about her. So I'm like, people are like, he's just not leaving. I'm like, no, but he cares about her. There's something going on with her. It's like, it's crazy. So I'm just like, I actually think and feel that he has a right to want to help her out, and Terry does too. But folks are just like, I hate him, I hate his character. I'm like, even though I'm not a fan of Finn and Liz together, I mean, I'll say that. But it's not even about that. See, it's not even about that, you guys. It's all about, if you don't like what I like, that's it. It comes an explosion, and it just becomes this huge thing. And I try to break it sometimes. I put a post. This is a post I wrote today, just about minutes ago. Sharing your opinion, whatever it is, on Twitter is about the soaps is like being in a video game. Watch out for the asteroids and spaceships shooting at you. I try to make it a little funny. I try to. You know what I mean? Got to throw some humor in there. You get the humor in there. You get the humor in there, and it's just fun. It's completely fun, and because it's also should be fun. Like, there's some folks, I tell you, there's one day I was on here on Twitter and people have me laughing. Oh, the Toegate thing has been hilarious. The Sheila Toegate has been totally, I see what I did there, been hilarious. And people's responses and people's memes and things have been so funny. I'm like, there's the fun part. It's absurd. The bear, people attacking a bear, even on the show making fun of it. Like, that's kind of, it's supposed to be absurd. It's funny. It's totally funny. So it's like, there you guys have some fun with it. Like, let's make some jokes about it. Like, it's a soap opera, goddamn it. Like, who cares? It's funny. Let's have some fun. I mean, everybody is so serious. They're watching their soap so seriously. It's like, and Matt Hamley gets all this attention because he does all these funny things and people get mad at him for whatever. And I'm like, but some of the stuff is really funny. Toegate is funny. It's just the fact that he chose a toe and that ridge hat on it's hilarious. See, Junior says you actually agrees with me. I know you rarely agree with me with stuff, but you actually agree with me. But it's funny. It's funny, right? It's absurd. It's supposed to be absurd. The soaps do think we know Sheila's not dead. Does anybody in the chat room think Sheila dead for real? If you do, I have a bridge to sell you in Ohio. So I'm telling you, she's not dead. She's a legacy character who always comes back from the dead. She has to come back. They have to rest her, give her a break. And then they'll bring her back on. Then they'll bring her back on at some point to right. That's what she does. But the toe thing is hilarious. They cut off Ryan's hand on General Hospital. That to me, I'm like, there you go, he has no hand. I mean, that's just. I mean, they have Philip's leg, the fake leg, on days when they found that. I mean, it's kind of funny. So that's what I miss. Like, because some people on Twitter, and I mean, they are trying to really enjoy their soap opera, and they find some funny stuff out of it. And it's just, and now this whole thing with Douglas on Bold. Exactly, Sheila ain't dead. She'll be back. Kimberly Brown's too just important. She's not dead. We know she isn't. And this whole Douglas thing, people are losing their shit. It's like, but that's the point. It's a soap opera. That's kind of the point. You're supposed to kind of lose your shit. You should choose sides. But Kathleen Kelly Lang, and this bugs. This person who follows me, and I don't know why he follows me, because he just bugs the shit out of me. She posts this beautiful picture of herself as Kathleen Kelly Lang, not as Brooke Logan. It's about some whatever. And I had liked it, and I was like, "You look beautiful." Blah. This person comments on it, but not to her. Well, I hope you and your family don't take over Douglas's life. She's not. It's like she's not really Brooke. The bitch is Kathleen Kelly Lang. She's not Brooke. And they're on there. They're basically attacking her on her post. I just sat there. I was like, oh. Now I almost wish I didn't respond to the post, because I'm sure she's used to it now. I'm sure she's used to it. But you're just like, you're an idiot. You're an unhinged idiot. I don't care, think what you want. You're unhinged and you have a problem. Because who talks like that to somebody who's just sharing their personal life with you? They don't even do it the goddamn show. It's dumb. I was like, oh my goodness. It's like, it wants to drive me crazy. I want to run into a wall over and over again. Just like that. It just makes no sense. So I mean, that happens too. And like I said, again, I know that the stars are used to it. I'm getting used to it too a little bit. People, I'll post something and I'll post something about my family, and they'll come on about, well, James, are you doing a show on Sunday? And where's the? I'm like, I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about something totally different. That's like has to do with soaps. But I get that some folks, they only associate us with the soaps. These people are too much. It's actually very sad that we can't just talk about what we like, talk about what we don't like, and just like have a good time. Where are the laughs? Where's the fun? Why is everybody so super serious? The world is serious. The world is completely serious. We're trying to dodge monkeypox over here, COVID over there, and bacon costs $10 a package over here. Like it's crazy out there. People can't get jobs. People are losing jobs. There's like stuff really going. You can't, apartments are for like $3,000 a month for a one bedroom in LA. That's ridiculous. We have real stuff going on. They're trying to change our rights. There's people who think that Black folks go back to Africa, all kind of stuff. That stuff's serious. The soaps aren't serious. Not serious. The soaps are entertainment. They are entertainment. I got attacked again because now I'm being called ageist. I'm 53 years old. I'm a grandfather of 5. I'm old. I had gray in places I wish I didn't have it. And I'm being called ageist because I said, old folks give it the times. Streaming's in. It is. And I said, my Aunt Faith, who's in her 80s, actually is more tech savvy than I am. She got every Apple product, and she's on streaming. It's like I feel like we're insulting old people. I feel like that's the opposite. But no, James, it's just hard for the old people. They can't get $4, $5 to watch Peacock. We're on fixed. I get fixed incomes, but also, what are you spending your money on? I mean, I'm not here to tell about your finances, but I'm like, look, you need to look at. I'm an organizer. You need to look at what you are spending money on. Are you buying tchotchkes and little things that add up to $5? Are you buying coffee at Starbucks twice a week? Are you, it's like what? I mean, I'm just saying, if you love your show and you want it to continue, then I would find a way to try to watch it. I would. That could be just me. But it's like, but now I'm being called, well, James, you're ageist against old people. Okay, sure, I'm against old people. I'm one of them. I mean, I'm not 80s, but I am like, I'm not super young. I'm not part of the demographic. I mean, I'm past 49, so I was like that. Once that happened, I was like, oh my god, I'm not part of the demographic anymore. I'm out. Speaking of old, it's on a little side notes. Happy birthday to Madonna Louise Veronica Ciccone. She is 64, I think, 10 years older than me. Madonna is, I know the young kids have no clue, like, her importance, but my Gen X heart knows how important Madonna was to gay kids, to Black kids, to Latino people, to women, to young girls. Madonna was the shit, especially back in the 80s. And she was out there pushing for everybody's rights, representation in her videos, in her dancers. My friend Shabadu Quinones worked for her, may he rest in peace. She was always an advocate for, I used to see her at AIDS dances. She was raising money for AIDS research when we were all dying. Madonna put out some good ass music. Back in the 80s and 90s, she put out some good music that's still being played on the radio today. So happy birthday to Madonna, and to all the young people trying to erase her history, fuck you. Now back to our soaps. I'm tired of some revisionist history. People, these young kids are trying, because Shanika, that's what it is. The young kids are trying to revise. You can't revise history. I was there. I know exactly how important she was and what she did. Because there's always that Madonna Janet debate. There's no debate. Janet Jackson is no Michael Jackson, and she's no Madonna. She's a legend in her own right, and did very well. I love me some Janet, but she's not Michael. Sorry, Michael was better. Sorry, that's how I look at it. You're not going to do that. Janet has her place too, but we're not going to, we're not going to, no folks, not going to do that. But not going to take Madonna's place out of whack. So yes, and Madonna was doing the sex stuff way before Janet was. So, but Janet's a role model too. She's great. She's great. So I have no problem with her. But I'd like some of these people to recognize I was there. The big three were Prince, Madonna, and Michael Jackson. Those were the big three. And no one can change it. They can talk crap about them now because two of them are dead. But nope, Prince and Michael Jackson, same thing. They did things no one else was doing. And Michael and Prince were changing the way we look at Black men. So, yeah, so that's my little Gen X thing right there. So I'll say that. Oh, good. I've been watching it. I lost some viewers right there. They must have been Madonna haters. That was like 13. I got 9. Well, bye, Madonna haters. You go about your business. That's fine. I don't care. That's fine. Or Prince haters or Michael Jackson haters. Now I'm down to 8. They're all bye, James. See you later. That's fine. You know, yeah, you were there for it too. You know, I'm saying we were there for it. You can't. When Michael Jackson did the moonwalk on Motown 25, we were mesmerized. That was a magical moment. That Thriller video, I remember when it was released, we sat in front of MTV. We sat in front of my house here, my living room, watched MTV and watched the whole premiere. It was like a half-hour special, and it was something. Purple Rain came out. Purple Rain was like the biggest thing on the planet. That soundtrack, that movie, the tour. I was there. And the young kids some of the young kids try to change the history a little bit. And they're like, no, you can't. And Prince and Michael and Madonna have influenced so many people, all colors, all shades, everything. They've influenced so many people since then. That's a legend. That's a legend. Those are legends. You can't take that away from them. And Madonna's still here. She looks a little interesting these days, but she's still here. So that's you know. Oh, hi, Rook. I'm sorry. I know you're in there. I had my tirade. I had to go on, and I had to say what I had to say. I had to get it out. But I'm saying hello to you, Rook. But yes, I think I think people just need to. Well, speaking of Rook, people want attention. I think that's why. Let's go back to the soap thing. I think people want attention. They want to feel like they're heard. They're feeling all kinds of emotions. So I get all of that. But I don't want to bully anybody off of Twitter. I'm like, if you think differently than I do, okay. If you have a little stream going, we're all like, I hate. I'm trying to think what storyline we think of, right? I'm trying to think of, okay, someone's going off me right now. Literally, someone's going off me right now on YouTube over a video I did like 7 months ago with Steve Burton. This is a great example of this. And people, they're just going off on me right now. They're literally going off right now. Like, okay, I wrote that 7 months ago. I don't even know what else there's nothing else to say. I guess you're just discovering it, I guess. But I think I told you there's fans and fanatics. Not just for me. So you've been in my chat sometimes, kind of come at me, and I'm like, that's attention. I think. Mm-hmm. Now, you haven't done it recently, but in the past you've done it. And I was like, is that you try to say stuff to me get my attention? But you haven't done it recently. I will give you that. You haven't done it recently. He's like, I tweeted something. This needs to stop. Yeah, I don't want anybody. I don't want to blow anybody off. That's why I haven't blocked. That's why I don't really block many people. I really don't. I know folks block me all the time. I don't block anybody on here. It's like, you want to come on, talk shit to me. You know me, I'll clap back if I choose to. But I'm like, if it makes you feel better to go off on me or say something to me, then go ahead. I mean, like, I'm not here to like try to, to scream messages. Actually, so Root King, you bring up a good point, actually. See, here we go. We actually have, this is a good discussion. So, we had Casey Kaspersik on, from the producer from Bold and Beautiful. And he was on our show Sunday, Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight. You can watch that, it's good. And now he has a moderator. And I know some folks have moderators in the messages. For me, I kind of like not having a moderator, because he's newer at this whole live thing. So I've been doing this for 8 years. So I can look at the comments and see what's going on. I will choose, and I say with Tony on different days, we'll choose who we want to respond to. And I kind of like that I don't want anybody else in there. Like, I'd rather, because then I can say what I want to say to certain people if I want to, or just ignore it. Then I'll do that too. But yeah, that's something that some people bring that up in their chats. they should have a moderator in there. And I'm like, nah, right now I'm good. The number of people I have in there, I think I'm okay right now, and I kind of like that I can control it a little bit. It keeps my eye coordination going. I am the producer. but I think what he meant, I think what Rook meant, like as a moderator, they call them moderators, and some people have them in their chats. Yeah, Chriselle is 20 years. Chriselle's 20 years. Yes, 20-year anniversary. Congratulations to her. Yes, Denise. Yeah, Denise is coming on as a chat Imani. I know. See, again, there's a lot of black excellence out there. In his comments. No, I think I'm okay, Rook. I think I'm okay with my comments because my comments aren't super. The people's comments aren't super bad. They are. No, people are worse than I do. No, Rook. There's something. See now, Rook. I laugh because I've got some other people's things, and I'm telling you, they are worse. They are worse than mine. People that Bold Live gets it worse than I do. They come in there and they say, "Oh my goodness," they say stuff, and you're like, "Oh my god!" They're going off on Candace one time. They're going off on Matt, saying the most nastiest stuff. Just in days sometimes too. I could name some names in there. They come on there, they say nasty stuff to Tony and them, and I'm like, "Wow." I mean, I probably get the most stuff online when it goes to online, but on live shows. My shows are kind of tame compared to some other people's. Woo! I've seen some really negative stuff. Ethel's a longtime fan. She knows. When I was at AfterBuzz TV, it was worse. We had a bigger platform. It was worse. But even then, we have people monitor chat. We have the producers, the engineers that monitor chat. But my level right now, it's okay. I think I'm good. It's not that bad. I will say it's not that bad. It's nice to monitor the comments on my Twitter. Not on here. On here is fine. Oh yeah, because right now Chris is getting all kinds of strange stuff on Facebook. They had to contact CBS. I've had death threats on Twitter, and I had to tell my family to be careful. I try not to show where I live, and try to be careful where I go out there because I don't know who's watching. So I know what that feels like, Shanika. I do. I had a stalker. I had a couple stalkers. I had to change my phone number a few years ago because I had a phone stalker. He got my phone number and wouldn't stop calling. The first time the guy called 56 times in a row, and I tried to block him and it wouldn't let me block him. So then he called from several other numbers that were unlisted, and he wouldn't let me go. And so I finally, and then I found out who this person was. And then I changed my whole phone number and I stopped it. I saw him years later. I have a grown, big ass, 6 foot, 300-pound man hiding behind a shoe rack while I was at H&M in downtown Los Angeles, and he walked in. I was like, oh my God. And I stood, I was like, please, no, I don't want to be bothered. And I hid, and he left. I know he didn't see me. Whew. So I know what that's like. That's not fun. Now, I could say something shady like, and now if there was a cute stalker, that doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. So I do know what it feels like, unfortunately. And I have other colleagues who know what it feels like also. My girl Lucretia, because her, I remember this one guy every single day for almost like 5 days in a row. They harassed her on Twitter. Just kept saying NASCAR, they're a bitch and a hoe. And I was just going over and over and over again. Just like, so she blocked him. He got another account and came back. It's just crazy. It is just, people will find a way if they can sometimes. That's what's crazy. It can't be that serious. I'm like, it just can't be that serious. Who are these fans? I'll follow them. Kind of more than that. Bahana just made me laugh. That is actually pretty funny. It's everybody, Bahana. I know how you said no. It's funny. See, for me, I follow a lot of people on Twitter. And there are folks I don't follow, but we're all part of like we follow certain themes. The algorithm shows you people's stuff. So there are folks who we don't follow each other, but we know of each other from Twitter or our work. And it's funny because sometimes a person will say something and I totally don't like what they say, but then it may say something tomorrow that I love. So I give people equal whatever. It's like, if you say something I like, I'll totally retweet that and be like, sure. Okay. James, isn't GH fans infamous the most intense? That's a good question. Let me see. From my experience, that's a really good question. For me, I'm trying to think. So I've done all 4 shows. I will say GH probably is the most intense. I think GH is the most intense. I think right now they're all very close. I would say Bold and Days are close second, and then Y&R right now. But I think I will for the record say, for the longest time and for right now, GH fans are the most intense. But yeah, I will say I'll stick with that statement. I hate them. But Days and Bold are not far behind. They are not far behind at all. People are just like, ugh, they're not having it. They are not having it. The Sunny fans, oh, but see that the Sunny fans not as bad either. DC Subsanctuary, not as bad either. Right now, it's the most intense fan base right now is the Liz fans and the Sprina fans. The Sprina fans are really intense right now. And I'm telling you, I'm scared, you guys. Root King, I may need you to come to Inglewood and hold me. Because I'm scared. That Sprina verdict, it's almost like O.J. Simpson. If that verdict is not guilty, I know Robert's supposed to come in and do something today. I don't know what that means, but in the end, if Trina is found guilty, I'm scared to death. I am scared. I'm not gonna say shit either. I'm gonna sit on the sidelines on Twitter and let them all go off. Hey sis, I just love saying, hey sis. I'm like, I might need Root King and DC to hold me on each side. Just hold me when the verdict is read, because I'm legitimately scared. I'm scared. I'm like, because these Sprina fans said if she's guilty. So it's funny. There's a small fraction of Sprina fans are like, ooh, we'll get a story on the run. We'll get a story with some KFC. Oh my God, I had KFC last night. It's so funny. I had a 3-piece with fries and mashed potatoes and gravy. I had a 3-piece last night. No, but that's the thing. There's a small percentage of like, if they both go to jail, then they go on the run. That's kind of old school style. But the rest are like, no, that bitch better not be found guilty. Right, Susan? They're ready to go. They're ready to go to Prospect Studios in Los Angeles and burn down the house. I'm like, I'm seriously, I'm literally like, oh my God. Because GH was really good yesterday and it was good on Friday. I am scared to death. I ain't never been this scared about a verdict. Like I said, since OJ or since what's his name that started the riots here in my neighborhood, Rodney King. I haven't been that nervous since then, folks. I mean, literally, I'm seeing it. They're ready to go to battle. They are ready to go to battle. I'm like, oh my God. I'm kind of laughing at the same time because it's kind of funny because it's a TV show. But I'm gonna sit on the sidelines, just watch the internet explode. Just let it explode. I may come on here afterwards and just sit here and see what everybody says. But I'm just like, you almost got KFC last night. Let's see, Rook, what you start, Rook. You got KFC, you almost got Pop. They got Popeyes. See, Popeyes, or you get either. We have a Popeyes in my house and a KFC. And I was like, I want KFC. They're very different chickens. I wanted a KFC chicken. You know what I mean? I want their herbs and spices. Yes, football fans are very, very intense also. Sports fans are intense. Star Wars fans are intense. Hallmark Channel fans are intense. They're all intense. I think at this point, comic book fans, this point, they're all bad. You used to be able to say they're worse than them and they're worse from them and I think they're all bad. I think they're all bad at this point. I think fandoms, maybe if you guys agree with this, I think fandoms in general have just gone berserk. They've gone buck wild. I was trying from Phoenix and like stopping. I just wanted to get home. Okay. Summertime. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's too, my kitchen is like, okay, Rodeli, here's the deal. I'm glad you bring this up. Here is the deal. The GH actors, many of them want to come on my show. Many of them want to come on my show. The problem is, if they are using GHPR, they can't come on my show until I have to contact them. But, well, that's true. That's very true. The Beehive, oh my God. Woo, don't mess with them. All right, wait, sorry, back to what I was saying. So if an actor is using GHPR, I have to contact the PR to get them on the show. If they're not, they come on my show. They're their own PR, they're something come on my show. I've contacted many of them, except for the Emmys, which was fine, because I got to tell a lot about the Emmys. And ABC, I work with ABC Disney. But General Hospital, which gave me this shirt 6 years ago from Frank Valentini, for some reason, the PR people just stopped responding to my texts, my phone calls, my emails. Even though I'm friends with Mark Teschner, I'm friends with Fido Xavier, one of the one of the directors. I'm friends with many of the actors on the show. But the PR people do not give two shits about James Law Jr. and JLJ Media. They don't. They do not give a shit about me. They will not return a phone call. ABC Disney will return my calls when it comes to a bigger person. And so that's the problem. So I can't, they all want to come on. Lydia, look on, they all want to come on my show. But a lot of times I have to go through them. So at the Emmys, that's why I interviewed mostly GH people. I interviewed everybody at the Emmys, but I made sure I got all the GH people I could get because I never get them. So if you watch the show, the Emmy shows we did, I got a lot of GH people. So, and yes, Enrique, I was right. I've been doing the GH stuff for almost 8 years now. And I'm the OG. I was first. AfterBuzz TV was first. We were first. I created the show. I was first. And AfterBuzz TV, you're right. We had guest hosts every week because I was working with the PR person there, Barbara Patterson Roy. She was the bomb. So for years I was working on her. Then they got this girl named Amber, who now she's gone, and they got some other people there, and they just do not return phone calls. I have no idea. It wasn't us. We didn't do anything wrong. I mean, when they changed PR people, I was still AfterBuzz, and AfterBuzz was well respected. And I work with the PR. That's why if you watch Bold and the Beautiful or You're the Restless, I always have guests. I mean, if you Eric Braden later today, I had Casey, the producer, on Bold and Beautiful Sunday. Like I always get guests for those shows because I work with the PR at both those shows. Shout out to Eva Basler at Bold and Matt Kane at Y&R. They send me people. I send them people. We talk. It's all the time. It's fine. It's always, and on days, I know some of those folks, and I interview some of them too. We're fine. It's just General Hospital. So I tell people, tweet at General Hospital, tell them, we want James to interview so-and-so. Let him interview. And so, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've tried. I know where Prospect Studios is. I've been to the set, but I can't get on. Just like, hi, I'm James Law Jr. Let me on. And that, yes, and that's the thing. DC Sanctuary, your DC Sanctuary, People Magazine contacted me because they knew that I knew that I knew. They didn't ask anybody else. They came to me. I am known as the soap person, as one of the major soap people in daytime. Thank you, that I do. I work very hard. I've worked very hard for the last 8 years. No matter what's about my opinions and stuff, that's one thing. But I work very, very, very hard. And so when they came to me, I was like, sure. And all my friends, everybody saw it. Everybody's like, they came to James. They didn't come to anybody else. They didn't go to Michael Fairman. They didn't go to Alan Locker. They didn't go to anybody else. They came to me. I've been doing it well, Michael's been longer than I have, but I've been doing it the longest. I know. They won't just, but GH just will not take my calls or my emails. And I can show you, I've sent email. I still try it once in a while. I'll send emails for shits and giggles. You know, and again, I know all the actors. Like they want to come on. Trust me, there's people that they want to come on. They want to come on. you know. So, but that's, thank you. I'll discuss money like that, DC. But yes, everything's good. Just say this, everything's good. Everything's good. That's all we're gonna say there. Everything's good. But yeah, so that's the thing about that. Let me sip my coffee right now for that. Yes, while you're here, like, subscribe, and comment. Of course, hit that like button. Of course, because I want to tell you something to you guys. Bethany Frankel, of all people, brought this up yesterday. There's something going on with these algorithms. I don't know if you guys don't recognize it. It's okay. So you guys, I don't know if you guys are on all the social media stuff. I don't know if you're on some or not. I'm talking TikTok. I'm talking Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Those are the main ones, right? There's something going on because Bethany Frankel noticed that she has like millions of followers. She was like, I have hundreds of my followers on here, and I only have 20 views my video. I did a show on this recently. I think I was shadow banned, where they don't tell you, because all of a sudden they don't show your videos. They don't put it in the feed. You're not in the algorithm. I've noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed also, there are folks who I was looking at every day. There are people that would come on my feed all the time, on like an Instagram. No, where are they? I have to actually go find them to see their stuff. But where did that happen? I thought as long as they're posting, and they're posting new stuff, but as long as they're posting and you're posting, it comes up in the feed. Something fishy is going on. So I had several videos that didn't do really well. I'm like, no, I know they do well. They have other videos that do really well. So I'm like, I tell you, my shadow ban, once I recognized it, the next day, my views went up. So I'm like, something's going on, you guys. So that's why I always say on here, just still hit the like button. People have noticed also they're not getting notifications for this because they say hit the bell and get notifications. I ain't done nothing. I ain't changed anything. And I'm like, and that's true. A couple times I haven't got notifications for somebody's page. And I'm like, I always get notifications for it. And then all of a sudden I'm getting notifications. Like, I don't know what's going on. I've heard that people are like, they get to a certain amount of followers and all of a sudden they cancel the account on them. Like, one person said they had 600,000 followers. Then all of a sudden they banned the account. They had to start over. I had to start over because I had somebody do porn on my page. That's why, you know. Well, no, see, Tracy, I know that part. But I'm talking about the ones where I literally almost every day, I'm always commenting. There's a few, you always have those, I don't know if you have it on yours, but there's a few people that are my friends that we post every day. I see their stuff every day. And I'm always liking, commenting, and they do the same for me too. I'm saying those folks are going away. You are right. Let me see, because it's saying a lot of people I'm subscribed haven't seen their posts in months, and I'm like, right. We're saying these, and so some people are. I'm like, because when I go look for them, yeah, there's a few folks who stop posting. That happens. But I'm saying there's folks who they're still posting in stories or reels, and I'm like, why am I not seeing that? Because have you noticed, you guys? Also, especially on Instagram, ugh, on Instagram is the worst. They're so busy suggesting people that when I'm scrolling sometimes, I'm like, am I following that person? They do it on purpose. I'm like, I'm not following that person, or am I following that person? Am I like, and it's getting confusing for me. And so now I'm seeing more of them and not my own people that I want to see and want to support. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to support Tony Moore. I'm telling you, people that I see every day that post every day like I do. It's getting weirder. Well, you know, on YouTube, that's always been the thing, DC. Do tags actually matter? I do them anyway. I have no idea if they work or not. I'm always like, it takes 2 seconds. I do a couple of tags. We'll see what happens, but I don't know if they do either. That's a very good question. I don't know if they do. I know obviously on Twitter they do, Instagram they do, but I don't know if they work. And some folks actually do tags on Facebook. Do you guys do tags on Facebook? I never did. I did it once. It got me a little bit of attention. It kind of worked, but I never even do that. I like tags on Facebook. I just never thought that. Levis, you are right. I know people who subscribe to my podcast, and I know I'm showing you're showing no subscribers. That's weird. I know every once in a while, Leopardess, when a video, I'll see some of my friend's video. When I look it up, I just go on YouTube and say, look up Flow Boys. And the video will say 0 views. Then I hit it, it has like 10 views. I'm like, that's weird. So I think I'm with you on there somewhere. There's something. I guess a conspiracy. DC. I'm black, so you have conspiracy. I feel it's what video suggests yours, because one video I did, it blew up. Didn't have any tags on it. That DC, there's that too, right? I guess. See, I found when you guys hit the like button and stuff, I get more. My videos do get more recommended. I have noticed that I'll get recommend my own video. That's what I'm saying. I know it's. I'll be like, James, you should watch JLJ this morning. I'm like, that's me. Nikisha, the algorithms don't do right by a lot of y'all. I have to search for sub-content creators when I even subscribe. That's right. That's weird, Nikisha. That's weird. That's weird. Since I'll get you in a second. DC Sub Sanctuary. Affirmative Day, I feel like 1930s guy like saying, "Oh, mom." That's so funny. That was our, of course. So if you guys don't know this, the award-winning Forever and a Day was brought up by Casey Hutchinson. It was on my network, JLJ Media, for the first 2 seasons, and that actually was kind of the vibe, DC. So it worked. I haven't listened to their 3rd season. I have no idea what they're doing over there, so I don't know what's happening now. And if that sounds shady, it was meant to be shady. System. James, or you could ask the actors that you want to show to say something. I have done that also, but sometimes they forget. I see it should be on the actors, right, sis? It should be on them. They're already trying to learn 100 pages of dialogue that week. They're busy trying to do. I mean, I don't want them to. It should be their job. I don't want to be bothered with them. I want them to just want to do a show. We set it up, they come on. But sometimes they forget things. I mean, just it's a lot of work. Is it oh, you didn't know, DC, you didn't know that? Oh, you didn't know we had a big, we split earlier this year. We had a press release and everything. But I mean, it was, well, the show isn't huge, so I guess it didn't make that much news. But yes, I chose not to renew it for season 3. I have my reasons. But I'm very proud of the first 2 seasons that we did of the show. It changed my life. It changed the life of audio dramas. We were the first to do it. Now celebrities are doing it now and all this stuff, but we did it during the pandemic. So yes, but no, after 2 seasons, I let the show go. So I know, so DC, I'm sure every other episode you're hearing my narration in the first season. Yes. Damn. That's what's so sad is that's a very sad scene on the show that's turned to this funny meme now. So that's kind of weird. But yes, that's why I moved on. I have my own shows, which you are a part of a few. So I have my own shows. I have 15 audio dramas and comedies. They have 2 now. They have one called Everyday Woman, which I did listen to a couple episodes of that. I listened to a couple episodes of Everyday Woman. I actually liked it. I did. Christina Sullivan, who's on 2 of my shows, she's so good. She's good in everything. And we share actors. We actually still, so DC, we still share actors. They go back and forth. So we do that. Full-time stuff, I know, right? She dead. When you have friends and everyone nothing likes. Yes, that's the thing, right? That's so weird. So, but no, for me, ask my white friends. No, they're there. It's no color issue. It's all whatever. But yes, if you want to watch, I mean, Forever and a Day, I'm not promoting them, but they have, but the first 2 seasons are good. It's on their own channel. But James Law Jr. got Mistletoe Road and Peppermint Winters and Cupid's Crossing and Easter Hair and the email and Jet Boy and House of Frost, the Adventures of the Tooth Fairy, Amore, let's see, Claws the series. I have all of those. The Kringles. I have a lot of series, and my shit's good. We have right to talk good advice. We have a right to talk good advice. Sure, Latasha. I know where's that from? Where's that from? Am I missing Pyrie, which is the Pyrie one? Right, Rice. Where's that? You're saying that. I know DC should have you play a villain, like a good villain. Oh yeah, definitely. If I write something really good, I don't have any good. I gotta get some good villains. I can get you the good villain. How can I audition for your show? Hey, if you want to come on, it's voice. We're not doing anything. It's not anybody. It's not pictures. It's voice. Come on. Let's see. I want to see. So please, Latasha, are you responding to my my title? I'm just curious what you're responding to, because we do have a right to talk and give advice. You're right. But I don't know what that's a reference to. I just wanted to see what it's a reference to. How long have I been on? Let's see how long I've been on. I get that check. I've been almost a minute. Almost an hour. I want to see how hot it's getting hotter in my room. I want to see how hot it is right now in Los Angeles. It is 79 degrees already. It's only 10:30. It's gonna get hotter. I crinkle your leg, cuss like a sailor. Well, I don't have any of those in my show yet. I love to cuss, but I gotta be careful. Well, also another thing, you guys, is very interesting, is these YouTube shorts. They're doing really well for me. It's kind of crazy. Oh, yes, to my title. Okay, got it, Natasha. Yes. Yeah, everybody, as I'm saying, everybody has a right. Going back to the original theme, everybody has a right to say what they want on Twitter. I mean, you know, but I would never try to bully someone off of Twitter, even if I don't agree with them. Okay, I don't agree with you. That's fine. You know, now the hard part is, kids. Here's the hard part. What if you? Well, see, here's the thing, DC. I made a declaration. I will never do a Twitter Spaces. They don't want me to do one. They don't want me to do Twitter Spaces. They don't want me to. No, people people want me to, but they think they do. They don't want me to. Folks aren't ready for me. You know how I am on here. You know how I am on here. Can you imagine me on Twitter Spaces? Oh, they would not. Oh, no. And see, here's the thing. I broke part of my promise. I joined 2 Twitter Spaces as a guest speaker for Candace. Yes, Luther, it has been very hot here in Los Angeles. I live in Inglewood, where I'm like, it wasn't like this before. And I don't have air conditioning. It has been crazy. But I did 2 Twitter Spaces as a guest that came in because Candace begged me. And I broke it down. People came in just to hear what I had to say. It was really crazy. Because I don't hold back. I don't hold back. And I was just like, but you guys don't want me on there. Because I would just the first Twitter Spaces I came on, I got into a fight with somebody. Now, as soon as I got it was like I was only like 5 minutes. And then one of Candace's co-hosts came on and started talking crazy. And I was like, okay, you're a crazy bitch. And I seriously, we went back and forth. And then I let her talk. Because she didn't know she was crazy. Oh, you're in South Bay too? We're South Bay people. Woo! I love it. I love it. I'm a South Bay person completely. I rarely go north of Slauson. I'm always down here. I was in Rancho Palos Verdes the other day. I'm in Torrance. I'm in Hawthorne. I'm in the beach cities, Lomita, Harbor City. I'm always down here. I rarely go north. I don't have to. Ain't nothing up there for me. But no, and so I got to a fight. I see that. This is why everybody came to me afterwards. They were like, Jay, she was crazy. I go, I know. That's my point. I do these. At least I can talk to you guys on here. You guys are, are at least decent. Shit. I go on, and people are crazy on Twitter. I go on there, they will, oh my God, we will be fighting. Because I will say one thing and they're gonna totally disagree with me. I know they will. And then they're gonna fight. And see what's so funny is, here's what's so funny. I'm not a Finn Liz fan. And when I first started, everybody got mad at me. James, they're really good together, blah, 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 blah. And now they're all against them. Message boards. See, luckily, DC, I didn't go on message boards. That was before I didn't go on them. I had friends who go on there and tell me how crazy. There was Television Without Pity and all those message boards back in the 90s. Luckily, I didn't do that. Tell the truth and tell like it is. That's right, kids. Yeah, 81 degrees. It's going to be beautiful here too. I love Los Angeles. I'm here for a reason. But I just, but most Twitter spaces that I've seen, which is fine, are usually groups who like something or dislike something. And most of them kind of agree. I've listened in on some, and most of them, they agree. So that's fine. And that's, you get a space to talk about how you feel, because, out in Twitter, you can't. So I get that part. So they don't need me to say nothing. I don't need to come in there and disrupt their world. And some message boards, they were. The message boards, and then remember when Reddit came? Reddit is the same thing. Reddit is something else too, kids. Oh, thank you, sis. I was the best personality, but I have personality. I know I do have that. I know I do have that. But I didn't do any of those. And I did Reddit. I joined Reddit like 8 years ago. I'm not on there now really very often, but I remember Reddit was like, ooh, that's crazy too. It is. Okay, so I tell people all the time, this happened the other day. Refresh your page. Refresh this page, and then it'll probably pop up. Because the other day people were like, so I have super chats that are enabled. Super chats are like tip jars. Help us keep this channel running because I'm doing this full time now. This is my job. So any little bit you give me goes back into the business. But I couldn't see super chats yesterday. So they couldn't see it. But once they refreshed it, it did come up and the super chats were enabled, because when I hit it right now, it shows up. So let me close. So I would say refresh the page and then see what shows up. Yeah, I've heard the rumor, Shanika, just now. I see it on here just now, the rumor about Rena. I have no idea. I hope it's not true, but I have no idea. Because Quarter has chemistry, not my Quarter. So, but yeah, I'd say refresh the page and try it again. If it doesn't come up at all, then you could do a buymeacoffee.com/James Jr. I'll take that. Also comes to this too. Well, the thing is, I think you gotta refresh it. That's why they gotta refresh it. See what I'm saying, you guys? Why we gotta refresh it? Why do we have to refresh the page? Like, they're doing something. This channel, these things are doing something. They're doing something. I don't know what's going on. I was like, why would we refresh the channel? So DC, when we talk to Casey, they do see stuff. Ron's always online, so I know he sees stuff on days. I'm not sure about well, Frank's online a lot too, but I don't know if Frank's reading, because he's online a lot too with GH. And YNR, I have no idea. I have no idea if they're reading it. None. I have no idea. Yeah, I did, Leopardess. Tony and I talked about it. But see, Tony's an OG too. Tony's been doing this for 8 years, days. He knows. He totally knows this. It's like, I mean, we talked about it. We're just like, oh my God, people are just like, and it was something he said like 4 years ago. See, I don't think he is. I don't think Frank's reading him. I think he just, right? But see, I don't think he cares. But why not? I don't know who's on why, who'll be watching. I don't know if they are. Because I know that when I see now DC, when I brought up when they saw the Taraya, my interviews are almost at 100,000 with Taraya. That's when they questioned me. They were like, James, what's going on? Why so many people? Now I'd explain to them, Taraya is huge. In my circles, it's huge. And so that was something that was like, they were actually shocked. So I don't think they're reading stuff. I really don't think so. Which I kind of understand because it's kind of crazy. You know, who do you listen to? Yeah, I think Casey was great. Casey's honest and open, and and now that he has a live show himself, he does see the comments. Yeah, the chat is so weird too. There's stuff going on, sis. I don't know what's going on. It's not me. I don't know what's going on. What's funny is some soap fans, I'll give you, soap fans they're in tune. They will figure, they want to find something out, they will find something out. And I think a lot of soap fans do know John Scriven as the writer. I think people are just like, they know who the producers are, the writers are, and they go off on everybody. When they want to go off with somebody, they go off with everybody. They do. They don't. And you know, and Luther, here's my thing. I don't blame him. Because I've always said this. Who do you listen to? Right. The fans are a bit much. So you're like, well, who do you listen to? You know, if this set of fans want this and this set of fans want that, well, then which one do you listen to? Because if you go with what they say, they're still upset. You go with what they say, they're still upset. So as a writer, that doesn't really help you any, because it's like, well, they want this fan base or they want this fan base together. Because for a while there was the whole Nick and Sharon. Then they also wanted Nick and Phyllis. Well, no, there are folks who want Jack and Phyllis. No, there are folks that want Jack and you know, so it's like it's like, who do you listen to? That's crazy. You know, it's just crazy. It's like, I just think, I don't know, who do you listen to? So that's why I always say I don't want to be a soap writer, because it's just the fact that all these soaps have been on forever, and that's the truth. They all have been on forever, and they all have pairings and things that people like. So it's like, who do you go with? But here's the thing, kids, and Luther, everybody. Here's the thing: General Hospital has the worst pacing of all the shows. And that to me is a universal problem. That's a huge problem. It's like, the writing itself is whatever, but it's like the stories are being so stretched out. They're being so just elongated. That's you're just like, because when you look at Days and Bold, moving right along, boom, 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 boom. They have their own issues, but in terms of pacing, they're moving right along. No, not General Hospital. Because seriously, there's so many things, storylines that have not come to fruition. And you're like, it's been how long? It's been how long? How long? How long? So sis, I'm interviewing Eric Braeden later today. I'm interviewing him in about an hour. No, an hour and a half. I gotta get ready for him. So that'll be coming up this week. So I'm interviewing Eric and Michelle, my buddy. I haven't talked to her since she's been on Y&R. I mean, I talked to her as a friend. But I'm gonna try to get her on the show too. Well, see, Y&R, Luther, close. It's a close second. But Y&R, at least with the Ashlyn story, they picked it up. So that they get points, and the Diane story, they picked that pacing is going kind of fast too. So those two, so at least they have two storylines that are kind of pacing fine for me. GH, there's no storyline to me that's pacing fine. There is no storyline that me is pacing fine. It's just slow. How many couples or almost couples or near couples do we have on GH? I can name 10. This Trina trial, go on forever. It's a large cast. As you know me, it's a bloated cast. You know, I start getting there. I'm just saying, pacing is everything. It really is. Because Sonny and Nina, which I like, but didn't they leave Nixon Falls like early last year? Or was it early this year? Because I can't remember anymore, you guys. Was it early this year? Was it late last year? I can't remember when they left Nixon Falls. And this Liz thing, how long has this been going on? Well, the thing is, there's also that too. So, and I feel like a broken record. I say this all the time. The networks don't care about your soaps. It's a business. They care about ad revenue and numbers. And so we have to understand that sometimes the networks probably tell them what to do. But see, I've heard rumors about General Hospital that I don't know if true. That's why I've not spread them. I don't know if what's going on with them, what's going to happen. They're turning 60 next year. Next April, they turn 60 years old. That definitely is a milestone and a turning point. They left Nixon Falls September, a year ago, basically. And they're still inching. So I guess they're together. I guess last week they finally got there together, I guess. It's not even clear to me. They're together or not together? I don't even know. That's wow. It's not talking about long messages. Well, I'm friends with Michelle, so I can always find out what's going on with her. I'll find out. Also, she's been busy with her two kids. They're getting older. Two, Natasha and Jameson. I love her kids. Nixon Falls. It was refreshing. I trust. Oh my God, we can't. Let's not even open that can of worms because that was a time. Oh my goodness. So you didn't get notification 2 days in a row. See, I'm telling you, Beauty for Ashes. I was saying this early on the show. If you watch the show back, I think there's something going on. Not just to me, but like to everybody who's a content creator. There's something going on. I think these channels are playing with our numbers and stuff. I think they are. I think they're not notifying people. I think they're hiding people. I think there's something going on. And I'm still gonna plod through and keep doing it. But I'm just like, there's something going on. So I'm sorry you didn't get there's something going on because I'm told you press the bell, and I haven't stopped nothing. It should be just fine. Coffee is good. You guys, I have to go. I have Eric Braden at noon. It's 10:45, 10:46. I got to pull all this together and go over my notes and make sure everything is good. I have my notes for Eric Braden. Right here, I got pages of notes for our interview. Also, I'm taping a segment for him on my Patreon. So if you're not a member of my Patreon, put in chat. You can join any level, and I'll unlock a bunch of stuff. Patreon.com, my monthly subscription service. They have 3 tiers. It's not expensive. And you can get I release content every day. Just about every day. There's something new. And I have a lot of soap content. So I'm gonna do it, and I have a lot of Days of Our Lives, YNR, GH, all this stuff content on there. It's not released anywhere else. So Eric and I are friends. So we're gonna do a little segment just for my Patreon, and then do a segment for the rest of everybody else. So if you want to see bonus stuff that James does, just do it on my Patreon. It's a lot of fun. Also, I just want to make sure I mention. I almost forget to mention this. Now, I can't get it out. JLJmedia.threadless.com. Also, if you couldn't get a super chat on me today, go to buymeacoffee.com/JamesLott Jr. You can buy me a coffee. It's basically a like a tip jar. You just go there, you can buy me a coffee for $5, whatever. I get it, and then I can use it for stuff. So that's what we do over there. And also, you get a free podcast on there called Lots of Coffee to listen to. You know, something free over there. So that I want to mention, Leopardess, you have your show. Is it Dusty's After Dark? That's your show. So Leopardess is a show called Dusty's After Dark. Go find that on wherever you find, I guess, your podcasts, right? So check that out. Jacarius, we're leaving. I'm like, I have to get ready for my Eric Braeden interview. I gotta make sure I look sharp for him. It's Eric Braeden. I gotta make sure it's Victor Newman. I gotta make sure I look good. I'm gonna take a shower and everything and pull myself together. And yes, I will be interviewing Sean Kanan about Cobra Kai season 5. Working on that right now. So don't worry. Sean and I will be sitting together, my other buddy, talking about Cobra Kai. He's in a new season. That was a big announcement. I think it starts September 9th. So I think the trailer's out today, I think. So I'll be talking to him, of course. He's my buddy. I love you guys. You guys are wonderful. Sometimes after the show is up, the shows will have a thing called Super Thanks. You're able to give money there too. So it just goes on after the fact. So if that button's up there, you check that out. You can check that out too. So everybody, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.